Continue our January with spices to keep you healthy. All next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Ryan Seacrest.
What's up? Hi, guys.
Guys, we haven't done anything yet. It's Wednesday, January 10th, 2018. It's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day.
In the middle of the week. How's your sinus?
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still, I would say, inflamed.
But now we took the flu shot for the HSNQ2R2C3PO virus.
Virus, right.
And we should be covered. I mean, Gelman told me it covers everything.
What I understand is that they're saying that this flu vaccine is not as effective as certain flu vaccines.
Ones in the past.
But they still say that you should absolutely, the news, the people on the news say that you should absolutely get the flu vaccine because if you do get the flu, it cuts your symptoms in half and it cuts your disease time in half. And don't listen to, I've been dying ever since, so don't listen to me. I don't know.
Well, some states are really suffering. I saw out in California where, I mean, they're enduring these awful rains and floods, but the temperatures don't get quite as frigid as they do here. Right. The flu's worse there.
That's correct, right? Because I think that the cold stops the virus in its tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm glib and making this up as I go.
No, but when you...
But I assume that's why.
When you refer to they, it's a total disclaimer. When we say they said, then it's not us, it's them.
It's the royal them.
So we're good.
Right.
Speaking of the royal them, so I don't know why I looked at you, Michael, but he comes in every morning, he says, so, what'd you do last night? Does he do that to you?
He does it to me, and now he's so tired of asking me because he gets the same answer. I look at him and I go, nothing.
So I, still feeling new to the party, feel like I'm letting him down when I tell him.
So do you tell him stories? Do you tell him funny stories?
Well, no. I literally sit there and I think to myself, I didn't do anything. And then I stumbled into a conversation with them about this. So Shayna is in Los Angeles right now, and I'm here solo. So I have a little extra time. And I timed my home admin to finish everything by about 8:30 to watch a show.
Okay.
The Crown.
Oh, The Crown, yes.
Season 2.
Yes, The Crown.
Netflix.
The Crown. The Crown.
So, this is what royal people do.
When you are British and you are royal, this is what you do with your hands, okay?
And when you work for them, you stand with one hand behind your back, apparently.
That's right.
Like this. I can't quite understand why.
I don't know.
Seems like you could be more helpful with both, but...
Because you only hand figgy pudding off with one hand.
That's right. That's the proper way to hand it off. So I open up Netflix.
Yeah.
And there's a real issue when you've got a family Netflix.
Yeah.
Because she's on the other coast. She has jumped ahead on the episodes. Right? It's betrayal.
That's marriage ending right there.
You get into I'm in season 2, and I'm looking at that red line that goes across used episodes. Well, it's way down from where I remember we were. So now I don't have. If you don't have the resume in the exact place, maybe it's age. I don't know where I was in the entire.
I'm with you.
I have no idea. So I'm watching it up. I try and guess. I think it's episode 3. So I watched episode 3 last night of season 2. I'm 40 minutes in. I've seen this one. Now,
I love it. It took him 40 minutes
40 minutes in. How is it I did not recognize any of the storyline until the adultery?
Because that's when it gets good.
That's when it gets
That's when it gets really interesting.
But I'm being honest, America. It's a real problem because if you're betrayed in any way, it can take you right out of the whole series.
Yeah.
I could get so upset, I'm not watching any of you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Mark has done that to me. Mark has done that he did that to me with House of Cards. So I refused to watch last season.
Right.
I go, well, you're 3 episodes ahead of me.
I protest.
So now you're going to watch this season by yourself.
But
He's like, oh, threaten me. That's really punishing.
Yeah, but you're truly losing in that because you don't get to see it. But we're protesting out of pride.
I know, but I like to make him think he's losing, but in the end, I realize that
you're losing.
I'm losing and he's winning because he's now seen every episode. Speaking of Netflix, have you been watching Peaky Blinders? Please?
You've said this to me before. I have not. I need to. I know. What is it?
Have you seen Peaky Blinders? Okay, yes. Okay, see how emphatic the people who have seen it are?
What is it about?
Okay,
What is it about?
Turn of the century, at the end of World War I, and a gang of travelers in England, in, I think, Birmingham, England, and they basically control, like, all of the illegal booze and guns. Like, they control the earliest gang activity in England. And it is fascinating, and it is sexy, and I'm not really into violence, and suddenly I'm like, this is so violent, I love it. And it's so well acted, it's so well directed, it's gorgeous.
When you said traveling gang, I was like, oh, it's a tour group. They're going to Paris and London, and they're all over in Barcelona.
The reason they call them Peaky Blinders, and I'm not giving anything away, it's like in the preview, they wear these newsboy caps, and when they fight rival gang members, they take off their newsboy caps, and they have razor blades in the brim, and they slice them in the eyes. Yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Again, I don't like violence, and I love this show. It is so well done.
All right, I'll have to put that on my list.
You have to see it. We binge-watched last season. In the first day of our vacation, we watched all 6 episodes like pigs.
Well, they trick you. They start that thing within 1 second of the last episode.
Yeah.
And hey, speaking of booze and royalty, did you see this story? This caught my attention.
2 of my favorite things.
Betty White, 96th birthday, right? Celebrating. So a very smart journalist said, what do you attribute this wonderful health and this vibrancy and the charm and your age? Like, what is it that allows you to be all this at 96? And she said, and I quote, it's vodka and hot dogs.
Vodka and hot dogs?
Not necessarily in the same sitting.
Yeah, right.
But just a combination of that throughout the course of 96 years.
So does she have like a daily cocktail?
It sounds that way. It sounds that way. I had never had vodka and hot dogs together.
I would never think of putting the 2 together. I think of hot dogs as specifically a beer food.
Right.
Right?
And vodka is just a way to numb yourself quickly. It's not, right? It's not really just sipping.
Well, vodka, then you have olives for dinner. Because if you have a martini, you eat the olives, and then you're like, you know, 1 martini, 2 at the most, you know, you're eating olives for dinner because you're passing right out after that. You know what I mean?
Did you and you had a little party last night? Did you have somebody?
Kelly Burkhart came over.
Oh, she came. So it wasn't a party for 2?
No, it wasn't really a party. It was just like,
I'm solo this week. I mean.
Oh, you want to come over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh, good. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Taking the bait.
I've been trying to like not. I've been trying to not breathe on you too much.
Well, I think at this point, I'm either going to catch it or not.
You're infected. You're infected. Now, do you suffer from any? Does anybody here suffer from seasonal depression? SAD, they call it. Anybody?
Seasonal depression.
Yeah, like people that get like the winter blues. You get sad. Anybody here?
How about Sunday blues?
I can't tell. Like, I think this audience is all suffering from it. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you're all like.
They have daytime TV blues right now.
Come to think of it, I do feel kind of bad.
It all started about 9 minutes ago. Feeling good until, 10 minutes past the hour. How much more?
Don't worry, it's almost over, I swear. The celebrities will come out, they'll cheer you up. No, they're saying women are more likely to suffer from winter blues. So Girls, we have that too. Isn't that great? Lucky us. Lucky us. Lucky us. Because, you know, if men suffered from it, they'd die from it.
And if we didn't die, we'd say we're dying, right? We can't take this any longer.
Season of depression.
It's true. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, this is a study from the University of Glasgow in Scotland. They studied more than 150,000 middle-aged adults. So here are the symptoms, in case you don't already know. Low mood. I feel like I suffer from that no matter what the weather. Low mood, irritability, and fatigue. And they say that they found that longer days in the summer also tend to make women more tired than men.
The longer days.
I wonder why that is. Ladies, what do you suppose could attribute to us also suffering from winter depression in the summer?
Enduring us in the sunlight?
Longer days. Oh, look at my hand and face. Do you think I need a spray tan? Can you see that?
Wait, is there someone else's arm in there? Are we doing that trick? Art, are you behind Kelly?
I think so. I've moved into the spray tan. Anyway.
It's because you have to endure us in long.
No, I think it's because we have longer days, which means longer days, more work. Your work day is extended. You're doing laundry later. You know, I mean, all of it.
I will tell you, you know, speaking of the winter blues, and I said this to you, these frigid temperatures have been a blessing for those who are getting acclimated to cold weather because you're just shocked with how cold it is. Today I was outside with the people who were excited to see us today, and we were...
Did we let them in?
And we let them in. They're here. And it's actually, it's 31 degrees. It doesn't feel that bad because we've been so shocked.
Because of the bomb cycle.
Look at that. It's 31. It's sunshine. It's gorgeous out there. You call that balmy?
Balmy. Yeah.
They call it balmy.
No, it's very funny you're talking about like women and seasonal depression and getting things done and men. And, you know, I told you I got sick over vacation, and Mark had texted me to see if I needed anything. And the text chain is so funny because clearly I'm too weak to actually send the text.
Oh, no.
But it is the zaniest thing I've ever, because I just went back and read it for some reason, and this is how it goes. Do you need anything? And I say, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm leaving you all alone to do everything. Are you okay?
Who's who in this?
That's me.
That's you.
Then he says, babe, we've got it covered. Do you need anything? And I write back, maybe some
How do you spell that?
C-K. Then I say C-O, maybe some K. Then I say maybe some KT.
Were you looking at the periodic table when you were typing?
Then I finally managed Diet Coke cheese.
Diet Coke cheese?
Diet Coke cheese. It was the most exhaustive, and you could just see it. It's like,
you add a hot dog, you're going to live to 96.
I know. That's all I do.
It is great to look back at those text chains.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We got a big show today. Taraji P Henson is here.
You know, she's Cookie on Empire. She's a movie star. She's the best. Matthew Rhys is here as well. He's coming up.
And it's the reason you all showed up to watch me say this. We continue January week. This is good. This is tips for adding spices to your diet to keep you healthy.
But it's more than that. There's a page in the book with a box around it.
Yeah.
And it's the cilantro box. And cilantro is causing a lot of controversy these days. Restaurants are taking it out of their guacamole, and it's starting to upset me. Because I like it.
Because some people eat cilantro and taste soap.
Well, she writes in the box, there's a reason why cilantro tastes like soap. So we have to ask her about that. There's science.
I don't think it tastes like soap.
I don't either.
It tastes like cilantro.
It's because of the way that you're programmed. It was so fascinating to me. I've been telling everybody because
I'm programmed?
Rosa's Mexicana. I don't even know if they're putting cilantro in the guacamole anymore. I'm outraged.
I think they do. You can have that
You
because
can-
they make it right. Have you been to Rosa Mexicana? Yeah. So they, you know,
Kelly's taking everyone.
Yeah. They make.
Kelly's taking everyone.
They make the guac right there at the right at your table, right there. And they're like, how hot do you want it? And I'm like, well, as hot as you want to give it to me.
As hot as you can get it.
Yeah, that's right. So Dr. Melina Jampolis is here. She's going to tell us about spices.
Right now, it's time for, is this where we toss these?
Oh, yeah, you got it.
No way! Travel trivia.
Yeah.
Lady. Katy Perry. Katy Perry. Katy Perry up to number 4 this week on the countdown. Jimmy writes, Dear Casey.
You know what? It never gets old when you do radio, Ryan.
Dear Casey, my cat has been missing for a month. Could you please play Teenage Dream by Katy Perry in hopes that I find my cat? Well, little Jimmy, here you go. This is what I do when I'm alone.
I gotta get you out of the house. You gotta get out of the house. Out of the house. Okay, you're coming over. You're coming over. I can't have you alone in there.
Let's watch tapes of the show. All right.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. We'll watch ourselves. Jamie Dessler is from Coastal New Jersey today's Hi. Jay, I was so busy throwing the snowballs, I missed your entire dance. How was it?
You missed a split.
You did a split? Can we see it? I love a split. Oh. It's a fun party trick,
It is?
I can do a split too, so every once in a while, I'm in a pencil skirt, it'd be hard. Every once in a while, at the right party, I'll bust out a split, and people are like, oh my God, at your age? And I'm like, I'm not 400.
All right, let's call Kaylee from Elburn, Illinois, and see if she is here to pick up and win a trip.
Oh my gosh, look at me go. I can't reach up there.
No, you almost got it.
Hi, it's Kaylee. I'll give you a call back. Bye.
Maybe it's an answering machine.
It sounded like it. Let's see. Did it beep?
We didn't even leave.
We didn't get the beep. Do you
No,
remember in Swingers when
Yes.
John Favreau calls
Yes.
the girl? That was her.
And
And he keeps calling her?
He keeps calling
He keeps
her.
calling back?
It's my favorite.
It's my favorite scene ever. Who's this, Kimberly from Ottawa?
Look,
Ontario.
I mean, guys,
Okay, let's call Kimberly as the backup.
did I mention I can do a split, though? Woo!
Okay, we have a ring. International call.
Yeah.
It seems people's phones are frozen. That's why they're not answering.
This is so dumb.
You know, with that attitude, Ripa,
No, I'm just
how are we going to
saying-
get people to actually play along?
The reason we stopped cold calling people in the beginning
Was?
because they never answered.
But just because it tortures you, Michael finds this fun.
I know, but the joke's on him because I can tell he's uncomfortable right now, right? Can't you tell? Like he squirms a little bit. He gets like very squirmy in his trousers. He's like, oh, come on.
I want them to answer, yeah.
He wants him to answer. New year, same old tricks.
Yeah.
All right, so what does that mean, Kelly?
So that means that we are not going to play the game today.
Oh.
But listen to this. One of you deserving members of our studio audience who have enjoyed so much. Ryan is going to pick a special number. You're going to win a $500 gift card to Eddie Bauer.
Oh, I want to keep that one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 20. Where's number 20?
20.
We come back with Taraji P Henson right after the break.
the series The Americans, Matthew Reese. January week continues with tips from Dr. Melita Jampolis. Coming up next, Taraji P Henson.
Patriarch on the hit series Empire, who's kicking butt as an assassin in the new movie Proud Mary. Please welcome the fiercely talented Taraji P Henson.
Yes, honey.
They are. Oh, you look so good.
Thank you. So do you. I almost wore red.
You did?
My stylist is in the back saying, I'm glad you didn't wear it. But I was like, that's my twin.
I know. We're twinning. We're
sister.
twinning. In my mind.
We decided clashing is cool for 2018.
Right.
So.
Yes. Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you.
How was your holiday?
It was great. I went to LA and took kids to Disneyland and.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So did you get any special Christmas gifts this year? Anybody spoil you? What'd you get?
I got a baby, and his name is Cable. He has 4 legs. Everybody's like, what baby? Look at my baby! That's so cute.
His name is Cable?
Cable.
Cable.
K-B-A-L-L.
Oh,
because doesn't he look like a little baby football player?
He does.
And he looks like Yoda.
And what kind of dog is that?
He is a miniature French bulldog.
Oh my God.
That is a great
And he's
dog.
gray blue and he has gray eyes and he's just so handsome. I just love.
Is this your first?
No.
No, you've got.
I had
many.
Willie, who passed away 2 months ago. I had him for 16 years, and I had him since he was 8 weeks old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
It hurt.
Yeah, I bet.
But I didn't have to put him down. He went on his own terms. He went to sleep and he didn't wake up. So that's the best
All
way
right.
to go.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Cable's
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob,
So
I miss
cute.
him. I don't know what I'm going to walk into when I go back home.
Well,
Right.
They say they do have a lot of gas.
Yes, they
Those
do.
dogs specifically.
And they snore.
Yeah, and they snort.
And they snort.
Yeah.
So my boyfriend came home one day and K-Ball was by the bed sleep and he was like, babe, I thought that was you. And I was like, and when he passed gas, I thought that was you.
You know what's great though? You can now pass gas and just blame it on the dog.
And he asks me that all the time. He'll be like, babe, was that you or K-Ball? I'll be like, K-Ball.
Yeah. That's a good, you know what? I gotta get one of those.
You always find the silver lining. I
Yeah,
love
exactly.
it.
Exactly.
So we love Cookie, don't we? The character in
my
Empire. It is America's favorite pastime, loving Cookie.
Yes.
What's going on with Empire? When is it coming back?
Empire comes back on in March. Cookie is going to give you all a really big scare. Yeah, you're going to be quite nervous. That's all I can say.
That's all you can say?
Yeah, they have people following me.
But Cookie's gonna give us a scare, but she's gonna be okay, right?
I hope so.
What does that mean?
Well, she has to be okay. I mean, the show, it's Cookie's show.
That's true.
She has to stick around. We'll take a break. Taraji talks about doing her own stunts. This is crazy when we come back right after this. How great is that? Wow.
I don't care how many
That's
times
awesome.
that trailer comes on. I'm like, is that
It's
me?
so good.
It's really
You're
me.
an action star.
I'm an action star.
Unbelievable. You play Mary. You play Mary. She's
Yes.
very proud.
She's very proud.
So okay. Tell me everything because I don't want my Taraji getting injured in the making of any of these action movies now.
Well, the first one went pretty well.
Okay, good. You did your own stunts though.
Yeah, I did. You know, of course, when it got really dangerous, they would pull me out and put my stunt double in. But for the most part, it was me. Like when you saw that sequence when she jumps out of the car, she actually jumped out of the moving car, and then they moved the car to the green screen. They put like dirt down, and they put the boxes, and then they moved the car controllably, and then I jumped out and rolled.
Well,
and then they just put it together.
It looked incredible. And by the way...
But I still got dirty. There was dirt. I could have hurt myself. In fact, I think I had like cut
scratch.
pebbles.
Yeah, like
that was a Maserati sports car that is the coolest thing, I'm sure, to be able to drive, but you got to wreck it.
Well, it wasn't scripted. that
What do
I
you
wreck it.
It
Oh,
wasn't
you
scripted?
accidentally wrecked? You weren't supposed to break the door off?
I was like, I just miscalculated the turn and I forgot the fire hydrant was there, and you know, the fire hydrant, hey, meet the Maserati, and water was all in the car, and
You're kidding.
but I got out. I'm fine. I made it out okay.
So you're okay. So you're also
Executive producer.
an executive producer of this film. So what? So
it
tell
was
me.
very different. Like,
Right.
you know, usually when you're an actress, you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I messed up the car. You know, you guys, I'll go sit down. I'm so sorry. Let me know when you put the door back on. As an executive producer, I got out. I was like, oh my God, this is going to cost us.
Right.
I'm putting myself in timeout.
What's the cost of crashing a Maserati?
I mean, the good thing about it is they get one car that is fully in its
And then there's
right
a shell.
It's not just a shell; it's everything. And then they get one that's like
that's
kind of a
not.
shell, right?
Okay.
But
So
I
which
crashed the
one
one
did you
that
wreck?
Crashed the
the
good
one that you drive,
Yeah,
not the shell.
Oh no.
Well-
oh my
But
God.
it's okay. Things happen.
You're so good in every single thing you do.
We're all going to see Proud Mary to make
yeah.
up for the price of the
Exactly.
car.
We'll all see
We're
it.
going to make it out.
Pay
We're
off
going
the
to
car.
make it out.
Thank
Make
you,
it out.
thank you.
Proud Mary in theaters this Friday, January 12th. Make sure you check out Taraji P Henson in Proud Mary.
Matthew Reese is next. We'll be right back. Her energy's so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he is one of the stars of TV's The Americans. I'm obsessed with it.
So good.
His latest project is the feature drama The Post. Please welcome Matthew Reese.
What a crowd.
Good.
Hi.
Sharp as a tack.
I mean, both
Pair
of
of you.
Both of you. I feel like the thorn between the two roses.
Oh, don't. We'll only wrestle.
Hey, how's the baby?
It's awful. Awful.
Yeah, terrible.
Sleep deprivation.
Yeah, right.
Terrible.
For you.
It's pretty much the household now. He
Right.
dictates it.
Well, how old is he now?
18, almost 19 months. 19 months.
That's a hard age.
Yeah.
I don't have kids, so my frame of reference is kind of off on these things, but was he excited about the holidays and Santa Claus and Christmas?
No, not really. He was excited that there was a great deal of energy and sort of, he has 2 older siblings, so
Right.
there was a lot of paper being pulled off large boxes. And
What
that.
age do you get to understand all of that? At what age?
Oh, I'd say like 3. 3 is like the age where you get excited, but you're also slightly terrified.
Right,
I
you don't wanna
think,
get out of
don't you
bed.
think?
Yes,
You know,
you're telling them a large amount.
your parents who tell you not to ever speak to strangers put you on a stranger's lap and walk away.
Yes.
And then they tell you that man is going to slide into your home and leave you treats.
Yes.
It really is true.
Yeah.
Hey, is he still learning Welsh? I know you were teaching him Welsh.
He is, bless him. He's being hit with 3 languages, so he's a little trilingual at the moment.
Oh.
Because we have when Kerry and I obviously shoot, he has a lovely woman called Estella who speaks Spanish to him, I speak Welsh to him, Kerry speaks English to him.
So he's trilingual.
He has a smattering of all 3, which
Yeah,
makes him very confused at times.
Yeah.
Bless
So
him.
when he goes to school, I always, I mean, this is what I've learned, that they learn English in school, so you might as well just focus on the other languages.
That's what I think. He's not going to, I don't think he's going to
And
struggle.
at that age, they can, I mean, obviously they can learn it much
It's-
easier than if we were to try to do it.
That's right.
No, I said when you came out that I'm obsessed with The Americans. Congratulations on all of its success.
Thank you very much.
There are so many exterior shots to that show, and
Yeah.
I understand you've been working on it and shooting in this bomb cyclone. Is that what it's called? The bomb
I
cyclone?
love the names they come up for it.
It really is terrifying, isn't it? Bomb cyclone.
Have you been
Yeah.
out in that cold weather?
Yes,
working?
yeah, we were shooting when the storm hit and everything.
No, so what did they do? How did they keep you warm? Because, you know, your face freezes right away. How do you speak and say your lines?
We have those, I can't remember what they're called. Those, you know, those heat packs you kind of
Yeah.
shake, and we have
Yeah.
those. Then you have them over your mouth just until they shout action, and then you have the peel and stick ones all over your body. It's always
Yeah.
worse for the girls because they're in sort of, you know, scant
Mini skirts
Yeah, I know,
and-
and PVC, and you know, the
Yeah,
boys
sure.
have a wool coat of some sort.
Wow. I can't believe this is the final season.
Neither can we.
Is that true?
Yes,
It is-
it's,
this
yes,
is
they
it.
announced it. Yeah, it's
That's
flown.
that's awful.
How do you feel about that?
You know, we've been trotting out the term bittersweet, but it truly is. You know, it's been such a ride, such an experience. But I think always better to go out a little bit stronger.
It's bitter for the audience because we love it so much. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like it could go 10 seasons.
You know, that was the beauty of it. The scope was enormous. You can go in any direction at at any given turn.
Yeah.
But, you know, we've done well for 6 seasons, so best not to wring the
What will
towel
you
dry.
miss, do you think, the most after doing it for 6 seasons?
Craft service, usually. That's, you know, we've got a great crew. So someone who brings you deep-fried food and hot coffee without you actually prompting it or asking for it.
You don't even know you want it.
No,
You just
until they
bring it
go,
over.
yeah, and they go...
Egg roll?
It can
And
be
you're like,
anything,
what?
any
Yeah.
deep-fried item on a
Yeah.
cold day.
Do you know, Matthew, just to let you in on a little secret of this show, and I'm learning still, but the craft services here, and I'll be honest with you, in the break we just experienced it, I have the mini Altoids, and she gets offered the large Altoids. That's the live craft services table.
But what does that say?
Seniority.
I think so. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll find out what happened with Matthew when he met Steven Spielberg for the first time. Be right back.
So good. Matthew Reese in the Post. You played Daniel Ellsberg,
I do.
and he's the Defense Department head?
No, he was working for the Pentagon. Well, he's working for a company called RAND, and was asked by the sort of Pentagon, the Defense Department, to write a report, to spend time in Vietnam at that time in the late 60s and report on it.
And he
Right.
plays the leaker.
Right, you're the lead.
You
Yeah,
are the leaker.
Yes, he was a sort of pioneer of his time, one of the first true whistleblowers who was on a real campaign to bring the war to an end.
I mean, it really is so fascinating when you think about, like, this, you know, how history is so easily retold. Like, it seems like there's so much that is so current now.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially in this, not just the sort of the political climate of now and
Right.
then, and the press censorship, but the sort of, you know, the emergence of you know, women in
Well,
power.
Katharine Graham was the first female newspaper publisher.
Yes.
And Meryl Streep, of course, plays that role brilliantly.
Yes, and sort of executed this incredibly brave thing, which was when the New York Times were told not to publish, she went, we will publish.
Now, Steven Spielberg, okay, he's on the set. This is his film.
I've heard of him.
Right? And I know that when he attends any award show, I study his cue card for hours because I'm so just intimidated and nervous.
Right.
What happened when you saw him for the first time and ended up working with him?
It's terrifying. Because your sort of voice goes through puberty again when you sort of go, hello, I'm so nice to meet you. And it's, yeah, because, you know, he's a lifelong hero. He's an icon of this century, this and the last century. And just trying to stumble through a sentence coherently was
Is
tough.
he great to work with? Like, did you feel, you know, that energy? Because people talk about his energy on set and what it's like.
Yes, and it is infectious. And I truly saw he was, you know, put on this earth to do what he does, because I've never seen another director like him.
Wow.
You've got to check it out. It is The Post, opens on Friday.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Matthew, it's great to see you.
Thank you for having me
Kiss
back.
all the kids for us.
I will absolutely.
Are you ready for it?
Yes. Coming up next,
January continues now with tips on how you can spice up your life for a healthier 2018. Joining us is board-certified physician, nutritionist, specialist, and author of the new book, Spice Up, Slim Down, Dr. Melina Gempolis. Nice to see you.
Hi.
wonderful to be here.
Dr. Melina, first of all, I think you're going to sell 10 trillion of these books because I love the name Spice Up, Slim Down.
I love the name.
Yeah.
I hope so, because
It's a
it all
great
goes to
name.
charity.
Yes.
So that would be a great
good.
thing.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Add, right? To augment to what we're eating.
So the cool thing about spices is not only do they have head-to-toe health benefits,
right.
but especially exciting for this month is that they can make any diet or weight loss program work better and taste better. So that's really a win-win. So let's talk about how they do that, okay? First of all, they help reduce inflammation.
Which is so, like, counter what you would think. You would think, like, spicy, if something's
Would bloat
spicy,
you?
it makes you, it's fiery, so but it's anti-inflammation.
Right, it's not causing an inflammatory reaction in body. In fact, most spices are anti-inflammatory. They reduce the inflammation that's associated with different diseases, including obesity. It can help reduce your risk of obesity by 30%. Turmeric is really the rock star when it comes to this, but thyme and basil are also wonderful anti-inflammatory spices. They all are, so if you include them regularly, it's really important. Next, gut health. Everybody, we've been hearing a lot about how important a healthy gut is to staying slim. And that's because the study showed that spices can actually work as prebiotics. So they can actually increase the healthy bacteria in your gut and decrease the less less healthy bacteria in your gut to make it easier for you to lose weight. Oregano's the rock star.
Smell this, can you?
Cinnamon.
I can't smell anything.
It smells really good, and it makes your food taste better. So oregano, cinnamon, rosemary, those are really terrific.
I hate the word gut. Does anybody else
Let's try to come up with something else.
Yeah.
After this, I'll try to come up for next time.
Yeah.
Okay, increasing calories, metabolism, burning a little bit more fat, that's something every dieter wants. Ginger, a study showed that having a cup of ginger before a meal actually increased the calories that you burn during that meal. 42 calories.
So have 2 cups.
Exactly. Have 10.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like much, but these things add up. Cayenne is great for stimulating metabolism, and turmeric can help mobilize fat for fuel.
You guys know about that tea, right? Is the recipe in your book? I think there's a cayenne pepper and turmeric.
There's a bunch of different. Sanjay gave me a turmeric. Sanjay Gupta gave me a turmeric tea, which is
that's
fantastic.
Where I got it
it's really
from.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, reducing inflammation and insulin and improving blood sugar control. This is really important because insulin is that's your favorite. Let me get to that, Ryan. Let me just talk about insulin a little bit first. It's a fat-promoting hormone, so the less of it we have in our body, the easier it is to lose the fat. So cilantro, I happen to mention, I don't know why I thought you might want to talk about cilantro, coriander, cinnamon, and ginger are all great for that. So this is your
love-hate, but there's a love-hate.
There is a love-hate.
What's the science behind love-hate?
That's the cool thing. There actually is a genetic predisposition to thinking that cilantro tastes like soap.
To thinking it tastes like soap.
Well, it does to them. It's not soap, but it tastes like soap to some people that are genetically predisposed.
So interesting.
Obviously, Ryan is not one of those people, nor am I. Okay, controlling cravings and appetite. This is something important for any diet. Juices at the fancy juice places for a lot of money. Lemonade, you can just juice a lemon, add a pinch of cayenne. Be very careful with it because it is spicy, and if it pools at the bottom, you have to kind of keep stirring it because you see how it pooled at the bottom of the glass? And you don't want to get that one big slug of cayenne at the end because you'll start choking on it.
I like it.
Actually, that would be good for you right now with the sinuses.
I know.
Okay, this is actually a pre-made butternut squash soup that I just add spices to. The recipe is in the book. We add ginger, curry. You can do mild or spicy. You can do cinnamon. Moving on, this is my favorite recipe in the entire book.
Okay.
You know I don't cook very much.
I know.
You can pour it on the salad if you want for me, Ryan. This is a tomato basil vinaigrette with a little Dijon mustard. It is so fantastic. Basil, of course, is great for inflammation and it can help reduce stress. I have never made a salad dressing with more than oil and vinegar in my entire life. I make this regularly in a little blender. This is fantastic. And this is my mom's spicy turkey chili. I had to give a little shout out to Mom.
Yay, Mom.
She's a great cook in the family. It's definitely not me. And this has chili powder, cumin, cayenne pepper, so it boosts metabolism, reduces belly fat, plus the beans give you plant-based fiber and protein.
I bet it's very satisfying.
It's very, very satisfying.
You know, what's also great is with these spices, you don't have to use a lot of salt. So you can cut down on your sodium and your salt intake as well.
So you're healthier all around and leaner. It's a win-win.
We've got more information on our website, KellyandRyan.com. Pick up Melina's book, Spice Up, Slim Down, today.
I love the title. I was pretty excited when I came up with it.
If you'd like to know more about anything you see on live, log on to our website at KellyandRyan.com.
This is the cutest. This is the cutest ever. This is from Stacy. Ryan coughed a little at the start of the show, and my 2-year-old was very concerned. He stood at the TV saying, "You okay, Ryan? You okay, Ryan?"
That's the cutest ever.
Hey, by the way, I'm dying of the cold here. Casey's, interested.
You know, men can we just make it look miserable,
I know,
right?
I know.
So, Kelly, speaking of your cold, try this Paloma. This is from Donna Joria in Brewster, New York. It's a Paloma with jalapeno-infused vodka.
Yes.
It'll clear your sinuses right up.
Props. Somebody get me that.
Craft Services.
Kristen, Craft Services. That's adorable. Gilman, Craft Services, right away.
Yeah. He has it in his pocket.
We're on it.
Kristen Williams from Smithfield, Virginia said, "We are on our 5th day home from school due to snow and ice." Her sons Logan and Mason made an awesome ice castle the other day, I'll say. That's incredible.
Looks great.
Holy cow. Wow, 5 days trapped in the house with the kids.
But if you're the kids, it's like heaven.
Kristen, we feel you, I feel you, I see you, and we see each other.
Hey, Donna Carr says, Ryan, make 3 Netflix profiles. One for you, one for her, and one together. There's the solution right there. Tomorrow, Uma Thurman's on the show.
Sana Ramirez. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye-bye.
I wish you could taste this. Can you smell